Hello, my name is Martin Sykes. For the last 20 years, I've been a chief architect in organisations around the world. And in that time, we've worked on architectures from technology to applications, data, and business capabilities. All of that information stored in systems like iServer, creating models and visualizations dependent on the situation, whether it be for enterprise views or projects, but always dependent on what's needed for a particular situation. Now, behind the scenes, iServer has recorded a wealth of data, but not always easily available to us unless we've thought up front about the particular visualizations we want. Today, that's changing to some degree, and it's changing the nature of the conversations we can have with people all across the organization with the strategic portfolio management dashboards. And in the remainder of this video, I'm going to talk you through a high-level model that allows us to see a whole range of scenarios where we can use those dashboards to take conversations further with our people. There are two simple dimensions to this model. On the vertical side, we have at the top the strategic view of the organization, and at the bottom the operational view. That gap in between is where we see the change programs happening. So strategy leads to decisions to do something, leads to a project, leads to a change in the current estate, which gives us new solutions and systems that are then operated on. In the horizontal, we go from business on the left to IT on the right. So on the left-hand side, it may be a pure business activity. On the right-hand side, we could well be thinking about how to manage servers or infrastructure in the cloud. And there's a whole range of activities there to think about. So across those two dimensions, let's start in the top left. Here, we have strategy activities for the business, often done with annual updates against some multi-year strategic plan. Typically, our CEO, top-level executives, and senior business leaders involved in setting the organization's goals, drivers, and key objectives. On the upper right, we also have the IT strategy. In many cases written in response to the business strategy, but more and more today as organizations become digitally focused, they are done in collaboration as one core activity for the whole business. And here we may see the CIO, the CTO, or the enterprise architects being involved. Both the business strategy and the IT strategy will result in a whole list of recommendations for change to the organization that, once approved, will then become a portfolio of projects. Our first set of dashboards relate to these activities in the upper half. Some are around the work we do on strategy and how we can support strategic planning through being able to have a lens onto the information from business capabilities through to the applications and the technologies involved. The others may well look at particular areas like cost reduction, application rationalization, or life cycle management, all of which contribute into the management of the estate and to achieving specific goals related to the business strategy. When we have the strategy and the portfolio of projects, we can start to create another type of diagram for the organization, one I think of as the big picture, whereas the architecture team, we're able to visualize all of the change over the coming period of time that we're planning for, so we have that one model that allows us to then drill down further. And as we drill down further, we get into that project management space. And here there are a whole series of dashboards that are available to us to help with strategic planning and portfolio review based on project data and how those projects will relate to the business capabilities, applications, data, and technologies that are being changed. Individual projects also have their place in the visualizations we can create, and here it is through diagrams that we can pull out of iServer that not only show a point in time, but are able to visualize the change over time. Dashboards are also available for the CDO and the Data Protection Officer to be able to look at operational information across the whole organization, filtered by capabilities, processes, organizational unit, applications, and location to help them in compliance activities for GDPR, PCI DSS, or HIPAA, for example. As we come to the bottom of the chart, the portfolio of change projects lands in the organization, and we always have an up-to-date view on the current estate. That information can be vital to the operations director. So now we're looking all the way over in the bottom right, and we're looking at scenarios where dashboards can be used to help support weekly or monthly meetings at the operational level to be able to drill in further post-incidents or reviews of what's been happening in the organization to understand the implications of vendor risk and changes to technology stacks in the way our organization runs. I hope this brief diagram has helped to set the context for you in how the strategic portfolio management dashboards can really help. These scenarios are available to watch in some short videos to explain them and some longer videos to go into more detail. You can also contact Orbis to have an iServer consultant give you one-on-one demonstration of just how powerful these can be.